Sanbonani, this is Ipeneli Mnyama, Penuel the Black Pen. The 22nd of January 2023, the king of the Zulu kingdom, MisuZulu Kazwelithini, had a commemoration on behalf of the Battle of iSandlwana, which took place on the same date in 1879, which was the first Anglo-Zulu war that was fought with the British coming into, or the British Empire coming into KwaZulu to come and fight for land there. At the time, I think there were about 20,000 Zulu warriors that fought in this war, the Battle of iSandlwana, and about 1,300 army contingent of the British, of which almost all of them were killed by the Zulu army. I think the Zulu army lost between 1,000 to about 3,000 people in that army, and it was the first major defeat of the British Empire by indigenous peoples with inferior military weapons. And what happened thereafter is that the British came back more aggressively to come and fight. To King Cetshwayo, who was the leader of the Zulu kingdom at the time, had wanted there to be a negotiated peace, but the British were having none of that. They were saying, on behalf of the Queen, we will come back harder, stronger. And they kind of did that. Battle of iSandlwana, King MisuZulu was speaking there. Ex-President Jacob Zuma was there as well. The reason I'm making this video is because of a trending video of MisuZulu asking the people in attendance and the Zulu kingdom as a whole to please be patient with Cyril Ramaphosa as president of South Africa, to not criticize him, and stating that if God, uNkulunkulu, did not want the current government and Cyril Ramaphosa to run the country, they would not be in power. Therefore, it is God's wish and God's will for Cyril Ramaphosa to be running this country along with the ANC government. He said the Zulu people must stop criticizing, and instead they must pray for our government, uhulumeni, to be able to do this very, very difficult work that they are doing. Ex-President Jacob Zuma came on the podium at some point, dropped a few controversial pieces saying, look, he doesn't really want to speak about what the king had said regarding the current government and the president in particular, and it will be something that will be discussed on another day. And as we know, there's a private matter or private prosecution case that Jacob Zuma has taken out against Cyril Ramaphosa, apparently or allegedly, for the leaking of his medical records in his case, which follows on from his contempt of court case from the Zondo Commission of State capture. I myself was very frustrated seeing MisuZulu Kazwelithini speaking and asking the Zulu people to behave. This is the same Zulu king who, him and his father, get something like 60 to 80 million rand as a budget from the government, from taxpayers. They have failed in effect, himself, his father, his grandfather. They failed to eradicate poverty amongst the Zulu kingdom. They have not built Zulu schools. What I mean by that is most of our schools are English medium. Some schools are Afrikaans mediums. We do not have Zulu schools, especially considering that isiZulu is the most spoken language in South Africa. They have failed to build Zulu economies. We've seen with the Broederbond and the apartheid government how they've built Afrikaner dominating industries and businesses. We saw the same with the British when they were in power. The Zulu people have not been able to. They've even been superseded by the Bafokeng nation, which I believe is in the northwest, with their platinum mines. They've built schools, they've invested in their rugby, in their football teams, etc. The Zulu kingdom has failed. The AmaZulu football club is not even owned by the Zulu kingdom. It is owned by private owners, of which currently the owner of AmaZulu is businessman Sandile Zungu of the Black Business Council and Zico Investments. So I believe that they have failed by and large, and it's one of the reasons as well that I've left the Zulu kingdom. Understanding, and a lot of people get angry when I say this, being part of a Zulu kingdom is like being part of a nation, being a South African. You can move to a new nation and call yourself Iranian, Pakistani, Spanish, Portuguese, Argentinian, whatever the case may be. You just happen to occupy a geography, you happen to be under a certain king or queen, and you follow certain customs. And I'd like to believe most of us as Black Africans, most of us as Zulu people in this country, do not dress in Zulu gear or Zulu dress code every day. We do not eat a Zulu diet. As you know, there is kosher and there is halal. We don't have a Zulu diet. We do not follow Zulu customs unless when it suits our agendas sporadically here and there. So we're not slaughtering regularly. We're not going to Msamu to go and speak to our ancestors for guidance. We no longer follow uNkulunkulu or uMvelinqangi or uThixo that was followed by the Zulu kings before the present. We saw in the, what was it called? Not the commemoration, but when they basically brought to MisuZulu as the king of the Zulus. There's a nice English term for it. Coronation. Sorry, I think it was the coronation of him as the Zulu king. There was an Anglican bishop there. They spoke about Christianity. I know his father was a staunch Christian person. So already the Zulu kingdom has been diluted. The royal family is wealthy. They make a lot of money from Ingonyama Trust, which has 2.8 to 2.9 million hectares. But the bulk of the Zulu people are living in poverty, and they have to move to the major cities to go and beg other races, other tribes for jobs and for opportunity. But I'm not surprised. I've left the kingdom, and I'm carrying on building my own culture and my own kingdom of penal and penalism, and trying to find my people of different races who share the same values so that we can build into the future. A lot of Zulu people were very upset with this king claiming that he was placed. He wasn't meant to be the rightful king. It was meant to go to his half-brother, Usmagade, who I think still to this day is kind of sour that he's not king, and there's still a division in the royal Zulu family as well. Pay you all the black pen, thanking you all.